What's up guys, Daniel here. Welcome back to another lesson. I downloaded Spotify recently and I was listening to the Homegrown playlist and this song came up. It's called 23 by Chayce Beckham. Intro sounds amazing. I think you'll enjoy learning it. It's in standard tuning with the capo on the 3rd fret and most of the song is easy. The hardest part is going to be the intro, but I'll show you how to play both. And before we get started, if you could drop a recommendation in the comments on playlists to listen to that are kind of like this song. Spotify's really good at finding things I like, but I think you guys would be better. This whole song uses the same 4 chords in the same order. So we have A minor, C, G, and D minor. The verse and the chorus are going to use the same strumming pattern. It's going to be down, down, up, and then you're going to switch to the next chord. You also want to palm mute if you can, so rest your palm on top of the strings over here, and that'll give you the percussive sound. So starting with the A minor, down, down, up, switch to C, G, and then D minor. And you're just going to repeat that. So this is what he plays during the verse. Simple as my mama said when I was very young. She told me not to worry, son, one day you'll be someone. And it works for the chorus. Now I'm 23 and there ain't nobody who can drink like me. Soon I'll be 24 and the Lord knows I can't drink no more. So once you get that down, you can play a majority of the song. Now I'm going to get to a few little nuances that he does with the D minor chord and a couple places, and then we'll get to that intro. So at the end of each verse and chorus, he's going to stick on the D minor and play it with some hammer-ons. The first time it's played is at the end of the first verse. I'm sorry, mama, please don't look at me. So at the end of that line, he's going to stick on the D minor. You're going to play down, down, up, down. But what you want to do is take the 2nd fret off the G string. When you come back up, you're going to hammer onto it. So to go. After you do that hammer on, you're going to continue up, down, hammer on again. Up, down, hammer on. There's a pattern there. Up, down, down, up. You should have 3 hammer-ons in total. So D minor. Regular speed. So again, that part's played at the end of each verse and chorus. The next part that changes a little bit is during the chorus where he says, now I know. So it starts from this line. I know I should have taken it slow. It's not the way that my life goes. Now I know. So it's the now I know part. He's going to use the same chords, but he switches up the strumming pattern a bit and adds a hammer-on and 1 extra chord. So we've got the same chords. We're going to start with A minor. You can do 1 down strum, and then you're going to take the 2nd fret off of the D string and do another down strum, but hammer back onto it. So it'll go down, down with the hammer on, then you're going to come back up, and then you're going to move to the 2nd fret of the A string, leave D and G open, 1st fret of the B stays there, do a down strum, and that's walking up to a C chord. So A minor, down, down, up, switch, down, and then we're going to go to C. When we get to C, we're going to continue that strumming pattern that we did before, where it goes down, down, up, down, up. On that 2nd down strum, you can add a hammer on if you want to the 2nd fret of the D string. And then we're going to play G and D minor the same way we did before. So all together, a little bit slower. And now with the palm mute. now regular speed. So again, that's where he says, now I know. Alright, now that you learned both of those parts, we get to the most fun part of the song to play, but also the most challenging. It's the intro, and it sounds like this. Now we're going to start off with the same thing you just learned that I showed you in the chorus. So we've got an A minor, you're going to strum down, down, with a hammer onto the 2nd fret of the D string, and then you're going to come back up, and then switch to the 2nd fret A. Again, we have open D and G, 1st fret B, and then do a down strum. That's your walk up, and then we're going to go to a C chord. Now when you get to C, I don't want you to worry about strumming the whole chord. All you need to do is get the A and D string to ring out, and you'll be good. Now when we get to the C chord, like I said, the first thing you can do is hit the A and D string. If you hit more than that, less than that, it's fine, as long as you get that 3rd fret in there. So you hit those strings at the same time. Now you're going to take your middle finger off the 2nd fret of the D string, and you're going to hammer onto it and pull off in one motion. So you pluck, hammer on, pull off. Now we can do that same hammer on, pull off motion on the G string. So pluck an open G, hammer onto the 2nd fret, pull off in one motion. So D, G. Now from here we're going to go back to the 2nd fret of the D string. You're going to pluck that note and just do a pull off. So pluck 2nd fret, pull off to open. So the C chord all together, a little bit slower. Practice that until you can play it at regular speed. Next we're going to go to a G chord, and we're essentially going to do the same thing. So on that G, you're going to pluck E and A at the same time. On the 3rd fret low E, 2nd fret A. But now we're going to do the hammer on pull off on the A string first. Open, 2nd fret, back to open in one motion. And then do the same thing on the D string. Go back to 2nd fret A and do that pull off. So from C to G, a little bit slower. Finally, we're going to go to a D minor chord. We're going to strum down, down, up. Now when you get to that up strum, you want to pull off the 1st fret of the E string. So it'll go down, down, up, pull off, up, down, up. So now I'll play everything you just learned a little bit slower, starting from that A minor. One more time. So you're going to play that whole progression 2 times for the intro and interlude, regular speed. Now from here we're going to stick on that D minor and do some hammer-ons to the 1st fret and pull-offs from the 1st fret of the high E string. So we had that initial one, the down, down, up, pull off, up, down. When we come back up, you're going to hammer on to it again. Up, down, up, pull off. So it's just a rinse and repeat. So from that last D minor, Once you're done playing that, it leads into the verse. So those two lines together. That's how I play the intro. Now he plays that same picking pattern later on in the song during an interlude, but he changes that last part up a little bit on the D minor. Instead of continuing the hammer-ons and pull-offs on that D minor, he only does it a couple times and switches it entirely. So instead of this, he's gonna play this. So in that D minor, we're still going to start with a few hammer-on pull-offs. So you got down, down, up. That's your first pull-off. Up, down, up, hammer-on. Up, down, up, pull-off. But now he's going to go up, down, and then add the third fret of the high E string and go up, up, down. Then to the first fret again, we have a regular D minor chord. Up, up, down. Take off the first fret, so we have an open high E. Up, up, down, and then back to the first fret. Up, up, down, up. So the switch is all together. So that's during the interlude. There are two more times he plays a progression similar to that. It's towards the end of the song. So one part, it goes. So he's doing that same progression you just did, but picking through the second half of it. So we have the third fret on the high E string with our D minor shape. You're going to pluck E and B at the same time. Then you're going to pluck G, D, and then you're going to switch. Now we go first fret E, we have the regular D minor chord. Same thing, take the first fret off, put it back. And then he's going to slow it down even further at the very end of the song. So in the very last line of the song he says, "Sorry, mama, please don't look at me." So A minor, C, and G get a single down strum. Sorry, mama, please don't look at me. Now you're going to go to your D minor shape. You're going to play G, B, high E, and then take the first fret off of the E string and pluck open, let it ring out. Then we're going to do a single down strum on a D minor, but leave the E string open, and we're going to do a hammer-on pull-off in one motion on that down strum. From here, you're going to play an open G string, and then get yourself set up for an A minor. You got first fret of the B string, you're going to leave G and D open, and you're going to hammer on to the second fret when you do it. So it'll go. And that will end the song. So all together. I'm sorry, mama, please don't look at me. And that's it. And that does it for this lesson. These tabs are going to be available on my website for free if you want to check it out. Link is in the description. If you have a song you would like to learn, go ahead and let me know by leaving a comment below. Hashtag request if you could. Makes it easier for me to find when I'm searching my comments. And please leave a recommendation for a song I should listen to, even if you already know how to play it. This one was super relatable for me because I remember being 23 and in a similar situation that this song details. Anyway, that's all for now. I'll see you guys in the next lesson. Peace.